Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to talk to you all about how to run off negative people. And this video is actually really interesting, and I thought about this video before I made it. When it comes to running off negative people, this is something, it might seem mean, it might be, you have to talk to everyone. Well, some people actually think this versus some people who are like, okay, I've dealt with enough negative people, I don't want any more near me. You might be like that when watching this video. If you're the love and light person who feels like you have to talk to every negative person in order to transmute their energies, do that when you're tired, you're burnt out. Come back to my other videos on how to get your energy back, then come back to this one because you're going to get burnt out, and try what works, and that doesn't work. So I'm going to give you some stuff that really works in this video. This is just kind of a random video of different things that you can do to run off negative people, because most of you are not getting ahead because you have too many negative people around you and you're too approachable by negative people. That's why they're zapping your energy when they approach you. So how energy works is basically energy goes from a gradient from high to low. So if you take a hot pan and you put an ice cube on the hot pan, the pan will become less hot and the ice cube is going to become fully melted, and you don't want to be that ice cube. So this is what you do. We're going to mellow out that pan so it's not hot, so that ice cube doesn't melt the pan. The first thing you can ever do to drive off negative people is simply wear black tourmaline. This is a big punch in the face to negative energy. This is one crystal that will have negative energy or any form of negative energy at all. This crystal is known as it shines a light upon any darkness. It doesn't tolerate even 1% of darkness. That's one thing about this crystal. Certain people will find black tourmaline fully offensive, even just by looking at it. And another crystal you can combine with black tourmaline just for this. For the point of people looking at it, because if you have people looking at your crystal jewelry, wear red jasper with black tourmaline, and even when someone looks at it, their ears will start to ring and they'll be like, ah! It's mainly the spirits on them screaming. That's the one thing I figured out over time. Sometimes you'll hear their spirits screaming as well, but they're just dark spirits and they're little low screams like, ah, get away! And they'll actually go further behind the person. They'll just kind of back up and they're not going to be helping that person. They're going to be running away. But that's one thing you can do. You can wear black tourmaline and red jasper. Literally, red jasper is, you have to pay attention to any red color. It literally sends negative energy screaming. That's why people have the red string around their wrists or feet, etc. Because it literally is offensive. It's offensive to negative energy. That color lets enemies, entities, and energies that are not good, it tells them off. It's like, hey, I mean blood. Okay? So that's the first thing you can do to drive off negative energy. And if you pay attention to when you wear, and I have the best of the best black tourmaline on my website, floridastoneman.com. That's real black tourmaline. It's the strongest black tourmaline. It's the highest quality black tourmaline. And check all the different stories that people leave in the review sections, just real people leaving real stories about how it really changed their lives. But if you've gotten black tourmaline from me, especially as a necklace, you'll notice that things change. It's an understatement to say that things change quickly. It's like, wait, what did I wake up into? It's like, there's negative people are just not even talking to me. People will get the pan face when you have black tourmaline. So here for the people who already have black tourmaline as a necklace from me, you already know. But the pan face is this. Or you'll see people who they're going to approach you. You can kind of look at their feet, and their feet will look at. I'm giving you guys secrets here. One foot will point like this. The other foot will point like this. It means that person went to talk to you, and they have a blank facial expression, and the black tourmaline hit them. So it's sending the entities on them away, and it's sending that person away too, because their energy wasn't good. Whatever they had to say to you coming towards you, it might have sounded good, but the energy was going to drag you down in some way or form. That's the easiest way to send negative energy running, is by wearing black tourmaline. You can also combine it with obsidian if you feel very brave, because obsidian and malachite, these crystals make negative energy scream. So with black tourmaline, that's the go-to crystal. Everything after that is just, it's very good. They all have their own individual properties, but black tourmaline is specific in running off negative people. So you don't have to deal with negative energy. And what happens if you don't run off negative people and you deal with them the manual way? Well, it's going to take, let's just say you're supposed to get to your dream job in 5 months. Now it's taking you a year. Versus you wear the black tourmaline, Now it's taking you a few weeks. Like, wait, what happened? Like, it's because all you just fully got unblocked. And make sure you're cleansing and charging your black tourmalines as well. The next way to defend yourself from negative people is, well, this is more so defending negative people after they kind of get near you or approach you. When they talk to you, don't share much of anything about yourself, like at all, unless you feel like getting evil-eyed. Unless you feel like getting home and be like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And then guess what? Your opportunity got shot down because you blah, 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 blah. Because we're humans, okay? We want to talk to each other. We would like to intermingle. We would like to grow and flourish with each other. But certain people are just, they're not happy with what you have because they are not willing to get it. They're not willing to get it themselves, and they don't feel like doing the actual work to get to what you have. So instead, they're going to be lazy, sitting in the darkness, evil-eyeing you, like, how dare that person? Oh, and certain people with, like, how dare he or how dare she have this, and that, when that person didn't do anything, and that, no one even sees how much people fight to get where they are. Because people, like, if you watch my previous video, I've even talked about this. You can have 100 losses and you have one major win. Everyone's evil-eyeing that win. It's hilarious. No one's like, oh, that person lost 100 times to get this one win. No, these people are like, well, how dare they? And they're not going to say how dare they. Sometimes they will behind your back. Like, oh, I heard this person, like, this person did this, and that. I remember, there's just so many different just scenarios. I remember when I had one video go viral, people, like someone in the TikTok live or whatever was trying to start some like, oh, Stone Man sold his soul. I'm like, do you even watch my videos? And he was trying to DM other people, saying, oh, I heard Stone Man sold his soul. Like, really? No, I teach people against that, and I teach people how to give yourself, most importantly, to God. But people who are in a dark place will actually do everything behind your back, to make sure you don't succeed, because they like to do things that are comfortable for them, fully comfortable, and that don't work, versus actually taking the time to get there. Another thing you can do to drive off negative people, and this one's interesting, because this will attract good people to you as well. Smile! When you smile, it's kind of like what happens when you see a dog smiling at you that you don't know? Or a wolf smiling. When a dog's smiling and showing you its teeth, it's like, oh, okay, better run. Or, oh my god, look at the dog. It depends on who it is, but if you see a wolf showing its teeth, it's probably gonna be scary, right? Well, hopefully you guys are never in the case scenario where you're seeing a wolf show its teeth, unless you're at the zoo, and even then it's bad because the wolf is mad. But the thing is, your teeth they act like a crystal. They're like a spiritual protection. And when you smile, it doesn't matter if your teeth are white or not white. It drives them off. It drives off negative people, because a whole bunch of thought processes go about, a whole bunch of stuff goes on in their head that's actually heard by their guides, your guides, and most importantly, God. So that when you smile, these people are like, what's he smiling about? Like, what do you think is so funny? It will rub them the wrong way. And all they have to do is think a certain set of thoughts for your angels to be able to get them away, because they thought a third. That's a tongue twister. They thought a certain set of. They thought a certain set of thoughts. Say that 10 times fast. They thought a certain. They thought a certain. Okay, you get it. Maybe that'll help you guys remember it. They thought a certain set of thoughts. What does that mean? That person had a thought pattern generated towards you to send you negative energy. And God forbid that person approaches you. Now they're dumping that in whatever you're talking about. So apply the other rule that I just taught. Play dumb. Just be like, yeah. Just don't tell them anything. Be like, okay, yeah. Or just keep the conversation on them. Another way you can drive off negative energy is people from a distance. You can do this as well. You can do it from people as like a very far distance, or people who are getting closer to you who you don't want approaching you. Most likely, people are going to have a tougher time doing this when you're wearing black tourmaline, but look at people's feet. What do I mean by that? I actually taught about looking at people's feet. You can actually read everything about someone's thoughts just based on their root chakra. Well, this is the root star chakra. This is actually a secret that I kind of teach about, but I don't really teach about fully. I remember way back then when I used to go to bars and nightclubs, I talked to a club owner. And this dude was in disguise. Like, he didn't want to be known. And it wasn't his club. It was just a club that he was visiting. Now, he was like, okay, I'm going to teach you something. Because I know how to read hands and read certain things, which I don't actually do readings for people at all. I reject readings because I send you guys to actual readers. But, because not everyone's meant to be reading people. Some people are meant to be just teachers. Some people are meant to be readers and teachers, etc. But the wrong people doing readings can get just fully drained. I'll pass along messages for my angels, that's it. But now, you can read hands, but even the ancient Romans, the ancient Egyptians, ancient Greece, they knew about the language of feet. So you can see someone's next attack based on their foot posture. Even in MMA, even in any kind of fighting, people can't do certain things when they're faced in certain positions. It's kind of like weak spots. Same thing when it comes to people looking towards you from a distance. If you look at their feet, there's actually an angle you can calculate of that person thinking about approaching you. If that person's having thoughts that's being ran off, they're going to face you, face away, face you, face away. And there's a few reasons as to why they might be not approaching you. They could be nervous, for one. Number two, it's heavy negative energy that's being driven off. Number three, it could be anything else, but you'll have the intuition like that, and you'll just know. But when someone who you have a bad intuition about is getting closer and closer and closer to you, and you're just like, or someone's already just popped up by surprise, and you're like, wait, I didn't have time to do anything. When they're talking to you, look at their feet the whole time. Don't abuse this. This can't be abused, and if you try to abuse it, it actually backfires on you, and the negative energy goes to you because you're the one sending it. But if you're doing this for reasons of positive energy, and this is actually a psychological trick as well, look at the person's feet if you don't want them talking to you. If you want them like fully away from you, like if you just don't want to have anything to do with this person and you don't want to be approached by them, just start looking at their feet. Just be like, okay. And on a psychological level, this person will get insecure. It'll make them not sure of their surroundings. It'll make them not feel fully safe in their surroundings, which actually goes to the spiritual aspects too. What this does spiritually is it activates the root star chakra, their connection to the earth. So when you look at their feet on the ground and you want them to go away from you, all you have to do is just look at it. It's kind of like an activation button. So after doing this, because let's just say it's a person, and the eyes are a gateway to the soul. So the full opposite of this is if you don't want to run someone off, make eye contact with them. Not like hard eye contact, like and you can also run them off like that. Like you can also do that. So you can just like, but that's not. They're just gonna. You don't want to be perceived as. I mean, you can be perceived as whatever you want, but if you want to do this correctly, look at their feet. You'll notice they'll have to go and they'll bolt. They won't just leave. They'll run away. They're just like. If you know anything about the root star chakra, it's the flight or fight. It's your connection to the earth. And when you focus on them, they'll have to go. Their connection to the earth is obviously not near you because they're going to block your blessings. These are some really cool ways as to how you can drive off negative energy. And some people are going to be like, oh, I don't want to be perceived as approachable, so I'm just going to look mean in public. No, you don't have to do that. You're just not going to be approached by anyone in general. When someone's talking to you as well that you don't want to be approached, you can try. I don't know if you guys can tell. I sing before my videos. I'm a very, very happy, lively person. When I make you guys crystals and when I make your jewelry, and so I'm singing the whole time. I'm having fun. I'm just living it up, being happy. But one thing you can do as well is, and this one is, it's kind of perceived as rude sometimes, but if that person's that dark in energy, you turn your side of them, because the thing is, if wind hits you like this, it's hitting you harder. But if you turn to the side, then it's kind of going past and through you, in a sense, etherically. But same thing with that person's energies. You'll take their energies full-fledged head on. Just full-fledged head on when you're facing directly towards them. But if you turn your side to them, if you just start making you close yourself off, because this whole video is about closing yourself off to negative people and negative energy. If I doubt there are negative people in this. Not negative people. I doubt there's people who will accept negative people and their energy So there's some people like, oh, Stone Man's being mean. He's teaching about how to keep away negative people. Well, these people will suck your energy. You'll get home, you'll have no energy, and you're not able to help anyone. So I'm very strict when it comes to dealing with negative energy, even if, and these ways are actually really nice. It's not, the meanest way I taught so far is by crossing your arms, or just when you do it, don't try to be rude. Just be like, just kind of like, yeah, like, muscle soreness from like my workout. So certain people in the gym, I'll just be like, they don't stay around for long. For people who are extremely negative, and they'll just kind of know it. They'll just kind of like, an energy will be shut off. What it does is it cuts the cords off from the energy. So these people who are really negative, who want to make it into your space, won't really be there for very long. So you close yourself off. You can put your hands over your chakras, etc. But wearing crystals drives off negative energy. All these little tips and tricks I've taught drives off negative people and negative energy. And you will notice when people who are not negative find you that much less approachable or don't want to stay around for that long, your blessings flood in. Like, they flood in so fast, you think someone did some kind of, because people are like, oh, did someone curse me? You're going to think someone did some kind of blessing on you behind your back, or you're going to think like you just won the lottery or something like that, but that's how lucky you get when you don't accept negative energy. If you guys have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!